Hello and welcome to All in Motion. I'm your host, Jake. Welcome and thank you all for taking the time to tune in wherever you are throughout the world. This is episode number 71, Prevailing Through Adversity. Our next guest is no stranger to All Motion. He has been on the show before. He just started his own business, Tough Love Consultations. He is a renowned fitness trainer and has a powerful, inspiring story to share. He's a leader in the fitness industry, has built a reputation for transforming lives through his tough love approach to health and wellness. In this interview, he will share his unique methods and philosophy, guiding you on how to build not just physical strength, but mental resilience as well. Get ready to connect and discover how you can achieve your fitness and life goals. Ladies and gentlemen, José Cordova.
Told Jake about it when I got here. I want to be able to get his contact information. Folk, I definitely want to be able to understand more and definitely move on in my life without being paranoid. Even to this moment, I'm still slightly paranoid of going to ask for help because my experience of asking for help, I'm giving the runaround like a chicken with no head, trying to go from here to here, make appointments, being disappointed because when I go there, I don't know, like, should I say the whole thing? Should I stop? Because every time I would go to the different places, it's always a runaround. And then that makes me heavy hearted of being able to say the things over and over and over and over again to different people. You tend to get tired, definitely tend to get tired for repeating yourself and to individuals that you think is going to help you, right? That's what they're professional at, but I guess it's a case by case, like how everybody likes to say that word, a case by case, deep down, you definitely mean something else. That's how I feel, that's the paranoia that I've had from my experiences.
And can you relate to some of the stuff that you heard in that interview, that All Emotion interview? Can you relate?
Yeah, definitely have. Like, when I got separated from the military, when I'm going through the VA, I ended up doing the AA program. There's the AA program for substance abuse. I went through the whole 12-week, the whole 12 steps. I went through the whole thing, and going to get my evaluation, speaking with a doctor too as well, recommending me to go back. I'm like, dude, like, I'm already struggling. I'm already trying to keep my job that I had back then, but I couldn't at all because the times and schedules of me going to the sacrifice that I had to do to be able to go to the VA, that alone in itself is a fight. It's definitely a fight to be able to, like, okay, I'm gonna be here for, they say it's like, oh, it's 2 hours, but I'm literally here for like rearrange my priorities, right? With all the stresses that I already have. I have kids. I gotta make sure that they're good. I gotta make sure I gotta get a job to be able to work for these guys, work to make money to pay my child support, or else, everybody know what happens if you miss your payment for child support, right? Everything gets hindered, everything stops, and it puts a lot more stress on you to be like, dude, like I should be like I could be very productive doing something else right now. I can't think about just being here for 5 hours. But yeah, that's one of the related stuff, as far as going through the program, and then to be able to be put back in the program, to do like I came here. I've done everything, I did what I'm supposed to do, even then some also. And then it's the frustration, to be able to going back, leaving, another appointment is like a month and a half away. You can't, like, it's very, very, very for me, I feel like it's an injustice, man. It's definitely injustice to be able to make an appointment, right? Like, you could be sick, like damn near almost dying. You get an appointment and you're like, oh, now we got this appointment coming in 2 months. Can you make it? Okay, but when that time happens, there's something else. That's another issue I got to do. And then again, it gets delayed that much more, and then it makes me just not want to continue on with the process, even though once you finish the process, I feel like you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be good. But going through that process itself, it is definitely
Well,
is.
how do you feel? How do you feel about homeless veterans? You fight so hard for the country. you give your sacrifices, your blood, sweat, and tears, and you come here and you're homeless. How do you feel about that?
It's that one. It is. I don't know where to begin, man. Honestly, I don't know where to begin when it comes to that one. Individuals should be able, like veterans should be able to, kind of make it the process a lot easier, a lot easier because everybody understand. Everybody understand who you're coming from when, as a veteran, the stuff you deal with in like is intense, right? The demands are intense when it comes to the military. And then once you come out, it should be a breeze for every and I mean every type of what's the word, discharge, with it doesn't matter what a discharge is, man. Like you can't, just because somebody does not have an honorable discharge, right, does that mean that you get to treat that individual like he's like second rate or something like that, dude. That just pisses me off. um you just, I'm getting very emotional right now when it comes to that stuff, because that's exactly what it is, man. They just throw you out to the dogs and then makes you feel like you don't, again, you're just starting from ground zero, dude. All the stuff that you've done through the years,
It's like disrespectful,
yeah.
to the point where it's like that should never happen. And I see a lot of homeless veterans coming from New York City. I would drive by and I would see homeless veterans. They're living in cardboard boxes. I never understood that. I'm like, wait a minute. This person was in Vietnam, or they were wherever, Persian Gulf, wherever they were. And the fact that they wear their hats, they tell you they're nice people, very knowledgeable, and then they're homeless and they have nowhere to go. And I'm like, well, can you go to the VA? And they're like, yeah, I tried that. They only gave me this amount and I got evicted or whatever happened. And I'm just like, especially the combat veterans. So it's very hurtful. And there's some people that spend a lot of time in the military and they still deal with those issues, right? Even if they're not homeless, I know there is help and support for mental health, but even outside of that, just the challenges that they face, the financial challenges, right? The wounded warriors, they're just not really, really taken care of the way they should be, in my opinion, right? And I think it's a disgrace because, we don't have the military, we don't have the people protecting us and fighting for us. And what does that say for the future people that are recruits, the younger recruits that potentially can go in and help to fight for this country? So I just think it's very devastating every time I see that.
That's true, man. That's true. Yeah, sorry about that, man.
Yeah, all good, man. I understand.
It,
It's
yeah, sorry to cut you off, man. It's sad, man. Like when I go to the VA, dude, and I'm seeing all these veterans there, man. It's sad, dude.
Yeah. And it's beyond our control because it's like, what can we really do about that? This is a bigger problem, a bigger political problem that needs to be addressed, and these are the things I think about. Because if the military of a nation is what protects the nation, it's what keeps the nation safe, it's what gives us our feet to stand on. It's very unfortunate. And then you have people that are, these people that don't even deserve to live in the lap of luxury. They haven't done anything for the country. They're not patriotic. They haven't done anything. And then they live in luxury. But then you're having the people who have sacrificed their lives, lost limbs, right? Got blown up, all these different things that have happened, and they get treated like second class, third class citizens.
Man. Trash, man. It's like you starting all over again, and then everything that you've done, you just.
I've had friends that were in the military, and then they went through a lot of struggles, and they ended up divorcing their wife. They spend so much time away from their kids. Their kids don't even know them. They don't have anything. I know a lot of veterans, especially in New York and New Jersey area, they don't have their wife. They lost their wife. They don't have the home, and they, like I said, they're homeless. Like I said, it's a tough topic, but I just wanted to get your feedback on that. Being that you and Jacob both have that experience, so I just wanted to touch on that. But moving on, man, to some other topics I wanted to talk to you about. I understand that you do also have a background in technology. Did you learn that from the military, or did you learn that after you left the military?
I learned it after I left the military, man. Like, one thing about me, like, I love technology. I definitely do. Like, growing up, man, oh my God, I would spend hours on a Nintendo. And even looking at, how machinery works too as well. Like that still is. It still is my passion when it comes to technology. I just like how it is, man. It helps better. It just makes stuff better. I did. I got pulled into it right once I left out the military. I even went and got my Security Plus certification, which expired a couple years back. And with that one, definitely trying to go to apply for cybersecurity, right? Even though me doing this, I've done this, and all that stuff. I couldn't at all. I mean, here, I don't know, like here for me, here in where I'm at, the state of Virginia, is very government affiliated. And not being able to have a clearance, even something as simple as a secret clearance is difficult to get a job here. And, even with the military background that you have too as well, once you have that quote unquote stigma on you, people look, like even if you're open to as well. So at this point, I kind of just put that to the side because, I mean, I love it. Believe me, I love technology, but I just don't see it. I don't see me being technology here. Once until I have my attending college, I did attend some college also. I didn't finish. It's in cybersecurity also. Just to be able to kind of better myself, but the way my brain is right now, the way it's wired and all that stuff, I'm definitely rewiring myself. But I got to put that off to the side. I got to make ends meet, and me waiting, hoping that somebody's gonna come and give me a chance to be able to work. It's like, yeah, it's very,
Have you ever thought about going, remote, working remotely, being that a lot of that is happening, especially in the IT and the cybersecurity space? You have people working remotely. So even though you're physically there in Virginia, you can work remotely and still get paid well and still do your job. Have you thought about that?
I did. I definitely did. I go on LinkedIn also, definitely to, I put my resume out there, I get calls, I definitely get calls. I get emails too as well. I get text messages saying like, hey, the same text message everybody get, we've seen your resume, we feel like it'd be a good fit for you, all that stuff. And I reply back, I definitely do. And then, again, just to be nobody there at the end. Nobody at the end. Another one is like, yeah, we got somebody else, but then like he said, see, you guys are freaking hiring, bro. I I've applied to so many remote jobs too as well when in regards to IT. I'm not one of them.
You wanna bring it up if it's cool with Scar City, because I know he's listening to that episode about, and I know it's to help a lot of veterans out there. About the OTH? If you feel comfortable speaking about that
Yeah,
again.
I don't feel,
Yeah,
I feel, I mean, I don't
yeah.
feel bad.
No, I'm not, that's awesome, man. You being open and vulnerable. I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Yeah, with that one again, when I heard from again episode 38 with the lawyer, like don't be scared now. At this point, like I'm just gonna go in there and be like, yeah, I got an OTH from when I got the military.
And people in the military, OTH is what again?
It's a other than honorable discharge.
And what happened with that? We listened to people that haven't heard that. No, episode two, the
Right.
first interview, but we just spoke about title. I'm here.
Yeah. So with that one, getting out of the military, you get out with discharge. Everybody knows the honorable discharge. I think everybody in the world knows honorable discharge, but there's other discharges too as well. Yeah, you got the bad conduct. Everybody knows that also. But the other than honorable is the discharge that you end up getting. I don't know for me, I got that one. That's how I separated the military because I popped on the piss test. I had marijuana on my system, right? And they gave me other than honorable, and then ever since then, I feel like my life has been going down because I first trying to get opportunities here and there. I can't be relying on people. I can't rely on people to see the good nature, the goodness of my nature. I can do the work. I've worked, man. I work, bro. I freak worked.
That's why it's important, because people that never served in the military, you know what I mean? They're out there, man. Like what you're doing right now it takes a lot. And I really appreciate you sharing that with not just Scar City and I, but with the world. You know what I mean? Because you really been through it, you know. And so I really personally appreciate you, being open about that, man. Because I'm telling you something right now. There are not a lot of people that have the guts to do that and to share that. And people don't understand what it's like having an OTH and having to actually go out there and put yourself out there. You know what I mean? And it's not just the Marine Corps, military, but everybody else in the world that has never been through that situation, right? So number one, man, I appreciate your vulnerability.
Like one thing I tell, like I spoke with you about this, Jake, a while back. It's those individuals that when they get out with the OTA, like we have to prove ourselves 18 times more though than anybody else.
Right.
Now, it's like you come out of the you're coming out of the government, you're coming out of the military, you're doing all this stuff, man. You sacrificed yourself, you did all this and all that stuff to be able to put that and just go being below, yeah, it's literally below average, man. Yeah, it's definitely sucks, man. Five-letter word, man. It sucks.
Absolutely. But again, to Jacob's point, man, we really appreciate you, and we really appreciate you sharing this with the world, sharing this with the All Emotion audience. And there are a lot of people that are going to hear this that have been in the military, and it's going to touch them. And I'm hoping that this will help somebody that's going through a traumatic experience or just being frustrated because they're facing similar situations. I understand and I respect your vulnerability about trying to find jobs in that space, and it's difficult, right? It's a very competitive space right now. Just the workspace in general is very competitive, and we all have bills and we all have real lives, right? And we're just trying to survive at the end of the day, right?
We do have somebody I told you about, surprise, that might stop by. We'll see if we can get through to him. Mr. Farmer John, you there, sir?
Hello, Jacob. I'm here, brother.
We
I'm
can
in the
hear you,
car right
sir.
now. We're
Coming
just
in loud
driving
and
back
clear.
home.
We have José Cordova here. Very powerful episode. He was sharing about, a lot of powerful, powerful things. But definitely, we love when you Scar City All Emotion, the back office. So please, sir, before we close it out, thank you and welcome, Mr. Farmer John, José Cordova.
Wow, thank you. Thank you for having me. Yes, go through.
Do you have anything, Farmer John, here before we close it out? 'Cause we love when we have pop-ups like this and be at the back office.
Mr. Farmer John, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for being in the show too. I saw one of your videos that Jacob did, showed me also. It was really awesome.
Check-in, Friday check-in.
Friday check-in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a good,
Yeah,
that was
Friday
a very good
check-in.
episode.
Absolutely. Always making sure that the mental health game is in check. Making sure that our body's feeling good, our brain's feeling good, and our soul gets to fly. Absolutely. 100%. We appreciate your time and your energy. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Farmer John, real quick, if you one last thing, and then we're going to close it out. But again, thank you for taking the time to join. We're talking about that, and people out there that are going through it, currently. And Jose shared some real powerful, powerful information, when he used to be a Marine and how he got out. But would you like to, share again, potentially if anybody out there is really struggling, definitely any words of encouragement today with not just here in the States, but just around the world that you'd like to share? Very difficult, and just in general in life.
You're dealing with struggles in life. The most important thing is support system. Support yourself, have a support system around you that you can rely on, that you can trust, people that you can talk to. It's very important to have a friend that you can pretty much open up and tell your deepest, darkest secrets. So that way you can lighten up the load that's on your chest, on your heart, on your brain, whatever's weighing you down. Developing and finding the right people to establish, again, a support system, a foundation, so that when you do feel that way that's bringing you down, at least you can contact the people nearest and dearest to you that can help alleviate that weight on your shoulders or your chest. Because we understand going through this life, dealing with all the tribulations that life has to offer, again, support and having a good foundation, a good solid foundation is super important. So again, reach out to family, reach out to friends, again, reach out to All the Motion Podcast. We are here to help you. And again, we have the tools and the techniques from pretty much everyone that's gone through, trauma, and also working on, self-improvement.
Hey, and again, thank you, Farmer John, for stopping by. And as we close it out, Jose, I want to thank you again for your time. And Scar City, thank you again, sir, for your time. And then
All good, brother.
Jose, would you like to respond there, Farmer John?
He hit everything right on the head.
Reach out, right?
Yeah, just reach out, definitely reach out, because everybody has heavy chest. They got a lot of things they want to be able to get out their chest, and just holding it in is like poison. I would say just every day, just laugh. Be willing to laugh. Find something to laugh about in the day because, laughing definitely lightens, it takes some of the load away. Some of the load, not all of it though, but it definitely
Absolutely.
So yeah, definitely just
And like I showed you what the check-in that was over 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And remember what he was putting the alien face on Farmer John.
That was genius. Farmer John, that was genius, right? That made me laugh a little. Like, yo, what?
Yeah, just to lighten the mood up, because when we're talking about serious matters and situations, I understand that sometimes people get bored, and because we all are on the spectrum, sometimes it takes a little bit more to stay focused. Again, when I throw in that little bit of alien kind of goofiness, that sets another tone, another frequency of like, oh my God, this is lighthearted, but at the same time, I'm still learning and I'm still gaining valuable information that I utilize in my day-to-day life that can help me become a better person, that can help my body function better, that can help my brain get to another level where I'm not thinking about the pain anymore. I'm thinking about all these gains that I've developed, all these gains that I've accumulated, but also what I can do to continue making my environment better and more progressive. So yeah, absolutely, sir.
Genius, sir. Genius. I appreciate you for that one. So it actually made me laugh. I cracked.
Amazing, brother. I'm glad.
Scar City, last thoughts. We have Jose here. And
I
Jose
appreciate you guys for coming out. It's always love. If anybody wants to tap into this episode or some of the other episodes on All Emotion, you would go to allemotionpodcast.com, catch us on your favorite streaming service. And we appreciate the love and support and talk to you all later.
Mr. Farmer John, thank you for stopping by. Jose Cordova, thank you, sir. Scar City always. And for the rest of you out there, as Scar City says, peace, love, and light.
Namaste.
Ashe.